Okay, first and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakha HaKodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, Shalom to those for the leg. Now, after this video, right, we're gonna watch it. You know, the title reads, Judge, Border Patrol Commander lied about use of force, right? And if I remember correctly, there were multiple things he lied about, but one of the main ones was, you know, the chief or commander of the Border Patrol, you know, the federal agents over there in Chicago. He lied about having, you know, a rock thrown at his head or something like that to justify, you know, tossing a thing of tear gas, you know, during these protests or whatnot. I'm sort of watch this real quick.
A judge today further restricts federal agents' actions while enforcing Operation Midway Blitz, and she did not mince any words.
No, she did not. The judge called out U.S. Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino. The judge shared Bovino admitted during a deposition to lying about getting hit by a rock before he threw 2 canisters of tear gas into the crowd. The judge spent more than an hour sharing stories of agents using what she claimed was excessive force without merit and violating a previous order. The agents have used tear gas and pepper balls during operations. Attorneys say the injunction will last until there is a full trial.
Now, you see how basically you have a judge, you know, critiquing, okay, they're using excessive force, all of this, all of that. Imagine it being a time where you have troops out here that just don't give a fuck, right? Where no one gives a fuck. Scriptures say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? We can go grab that real quick. Here's Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 24, we start at verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? When that happens, ain't gonna be no judge, you know, doing this, or that they're using excessive force. Nah. There ain't none of that. Don't nobody give a fuck. So they just gonna be out there wilding, bro. People dying here, people dying, because nobody cares. That's why scriptures also say what? It's going to be like a time like none ever before, man. So you could just imagine in those times, right? Right now you got, you know, judge declaring, okay, this is, you know, this is excessive, right? Y'all don't need this much force. Sooner or later it's going to be a no holds bar, right? No holding back.
ICE has come to town. They said they were going to go after murderers and rapists, but we all know how that's played out. They are attacking communities.
I witnessed my parents, kind senior citizens who have always believed in the power of protest, shoved and intimidated for standing on a public sidewalk.
Homeland Security has released a statement tonight saying in part, quote, this injunction is an extreme act.
I'm sorry, bro, but he was happy as hell to toss that shit. Just look closely.
By an activist judge that risked the lives and livelihoods of law enforcement officers, end quote. The Trump administration says it plans to appeal.
And as we just mentioned, a federal judge says U.S. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino lied in a sworn deposition about the use of force during Operation Midway Blitz.
The judge says one of his key claims has been disproven by video evidence. WGN's Mike Lowe is taking a closer look tonight.
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him back.
During the 2 months of the Trump administration's deportation campaign known as Operation Midway Blitz, there have been multiple complaints that U.S. Border Patrol agents have trampled on the United States Constitution, using excessive force, deploying tear gas on nonviolent crowds, threatening and harming protesters, the press, and the public.
They aren't following even what the courts are telling them to do.
As part of a lawsuit over the aggressive tactics, U.S. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino answered questions during a sworn deposition.
Have there been uses of force that have been less than proper? No, all uses of force have been more than exemplary.
I see. So they have been actually, what would be the word?
More than exemplary.
The Department of Homeland Security's own policy states that force may be used only when no reasonably effective, safe, and feasible alternative appears to exist, and that it must be objectively reasonable. Bovino addressed the widely criticized shooting of the Reverend David Black. Border Patrol agents fired pepper balls at him from an elevated position as he was peacefully praying outside of the Broadview immigration facility while on public property.
You know, this wasn't planned, but so they shot down the so-called pastor. Right, what did we just read? And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Hey man, that Christian church is definitely a deceiver of many, you know.
As the commander of the agents on the ground in Operation Midway Blitz, can you look me in the eye and acknowledge that the use of force applied against Reverend Black that is depicted in the video and in these photographs is unacceptable and inappropriate and should not have happened? Can you tell me that?
Objective form.
I can tell you that
Objective form, same objections.
I can tell you that I don't know what the use of force was here, and I can't make a judgment either way because I don't know.
In one incident, Bovino himself is seen tossing tear gas.
So, you know, that was a quote-unquote reverend, right? That they pretty much shot those pepper balls, I think, at, and they don't even care. Right now, I don't hear anyone speaking about this, you know. So just imagine when they come against the true men of the Lord, people definitely not going to give a fuck. And that alone is why the only way you can make it through it is with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, because ultimately the whole world is going to be against you.
At a crowd. He initially said it was only because someone threw a rock at his head, but Judge Sarah Ellis said that wasn't true. Bovino admitted he lied, she said. He admitted he lied about whether a rock hit him before he deployed tear gas in Little Village.
Move down the block. I'm going to move you down right now.
But perhaps the most stunning moment of Wednesday's hearing came when Bovino was shown video of himself tackling a peaceful but vocal protester.
You got over the barrier, tackled this man to the ground, and arrested him, right?
No.
These devils, man. We just saw the video. They just showed his ass the video. Everyone's seen the video. He looks at the video. You know, oh, so did you just tackle this man? Nah. With a straight face. And that alone shows you that these people are the devil, man. A straight face, mind you, the proof is right there.
Did you not tackle him?
No.
Okay. So if somebody were watching that video and thought that you tackled the older gentleman whose name is Scott Blackburn, you'd say, don't believe your lying eyes. That's not what happens on the video.
I wouldn't say that.
Would you say that that is not what's depicted on the video?
I wouldn't say that either.
Or do you acknowledge?
Bro, what? Hold on. Let's grab it, man. It's Psalms chapter 58. I'm going to start at verse 1. In Psalm chapter 58, verse 1, it says, prayer for the punishment of the wicked. To the chief musician, Altasketh Mixtam of David, you know, excuse my pronunciation, but do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, man. That lets you know these people are the wicked, bro. 4K evidence proof of this man tackling this man, and he's just like, no. Did you tackle him? No. You know, so if someone were to say that you tackled him, you know, you would tell them, you know, their eyes are fooling them. Well, nah, I wouldn't say that. Then what the fuck can you say? Even when the proof is on the table, these devils lie because it's their nature. They be estranged from the womb speaking lies, bro. It's just who they are. The wicked.
Knowledge that you're tackling Mr. Blackburn on this video.
No, that's not a reportable use of force. The use of force was against me.
In court today,
What?
Judge...
Yo, the use, this man just said the use of force was against him. 4K video evidence, and he just lied and said he was the one, you know, basically being attacked. The force was being used against him. Mind you, there's 2 people tackling this old guy. These devils gotta go, man.
Ellis said, quote, "In one of those videos, Bovino obviously attacks and tackles the declarant, Mr. Blackburn, to the ground. But Bovino, despite watching this video, says he never used force. I find the government's evidence to be simply not credible." Judge Ellis ordered federal agents to wear body cameras, give at least 2 warnings before using riot control weapons, and to use those weapons only in life or death situations or when facing imminent danger. Back to you.
I'm going to tell you
That's, you know, and that's why scriptures also say what? Right? They're going to be like madmen, sparing none. Because that is mad, bro. He just watched a video of the proof and lied about it, right? And then tried to lie and basically say the force was used against him. That's crazy. That's the range. That's fucked up in the head. You know? Let's go grab that. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 71. We start at verse 70. "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord," right? Basically, you know, upon Israel. "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord," right? They're going to be like madmen. That was an example of the madness within them, bro. He saw the proof, still lied about it, then proceeds to say basically that he was the victim. Let's look up this word mad. Mad, disordered in intellect, demented, crazy, insane. From Old English, Guymed, out of one's mind, usually implying also violent excitement. Also foolish, extremely stupid, earlier rendered insane, past particle of a lost verb, you know, so on and so forth, right? But crazy, insane, out of one's mind, violent excitement, right? And that's how they're going to be. These people, they're going to be rabid with the intent to kill, the intent to come after the people of the Lord, you know. And this is just a little, you know, this is just the beginning of Jacob's trouble. This isn't even really the hardships yet. Yeah, you got, you know, our people being, as we just watched, tackled and whatnot, thrown around, gassed, you know, shot with these pepper balls and so on and so forth, getting deported and stuff. But that's when people care, even just a little bit. When this MOTB rolls out, you know, and those without it are deemed as not even people. Imagine what it's going to be like then, right? When they're given the okay to kill, you know, as we read in Revelation 13. Let's grab that. This is Revelation chapter 13. It's Revelation 13 verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? The image of the beast going into the revival of Rome, in their ways through what? How are they ushering that in these times? It's through their technology, right? Through the use of AI, through the use of, meta, mainly through the use of that microchip soon. Right? But in cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. What's the image of the beast? That surveillance, technological, digitalized life. But in cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So imagine how it's going to be in those times. They're already mad now. Mad in the sense of just crazy, like their mind is just fucked up. Right? Just had 4K evidence proof and still lied about it, then proceeds to go on and lie and put himself in the victim spot. That's mad. You're denying the proof that's right in front of you. That's mad. It's 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right? Be sober, be vigilant. Let's look into this word sober. Nepho, to be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit, to be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect. Right? Be sober, to watch, of uncertain affinity, to abstain from wine. Okay, not that type sober. Well, yeah, that too. That would be pretty important. But basically, right, as I said, to be calm spiritually, to be calm in the mind, right? Be vigilant. And one of my favorite scriptures, right, Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The strength of the Lord, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Abishai is his Trevor. That wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us sober. Because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Again, what we're seeing now with the ICE and the federal agents, the border patrol, that's now. When people have somewhat morals, people have a little care. But later on down the line, when there's no fucks given, right? When the people who don't have, who don't bow down to the image of the beast are seen as outsiders, that's when it's going to get real, hectic, real hellish. That's when you already need Yahweh B'Shem Abishai, but that's, at that point, it's going to be, it's impossible to get through that without Yahweh B'Shem Abishai. Right? So, but that's a part of being sober and being vigilant, working or serving Yahweh B'Shem Abishai now. Right? Let's look into this word vigilant. Gregorio, to watch, Matav, give strict attention to, be cautious, active, to take heed lest through remission and indolence some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. Right? So take heed basically before the destruction comes. Take heed and hearken unto the words of Yahweh B'Shem Abishai, so that you be good when the destruction comes. Because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right? Let's look into this word devour. Katapino, to drink down, swallow down, to devour, to swallow up, destroy. To drink down, gulp entire, devour, drown, swallow up. Ultimately, swallow you up. Basically, your life. Right? Swallow up your life to kill you. It's going to go from a time of rounding up to, well, they're still going to round up, obviously, but it's going to come a time where everyone, it's not even going to be no need for handcuffing, right? They're just going to kill you on the spot. You start murking people. Shemaiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Those who are going to be saved out of it are the Lord's elect, the elect of the nation of Israel, you know. But in order to be a part of that, right, you have to get the diligence, have to be sober, be vigilant now, before it's too late, right? While the Lord has that time period open, because it's not going to be there forever. So I think I'm gonna end it right there. Right, Lord willing, this video was edifying or informative, uplifting in some way, shape, or form. Once more, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakha Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the Elect.